booties for black girl nerds.
Emily, Rebecca is so interesting, so intelligent, intuitive, resourceful. But she finds herself in this family of outsiders, an outside of herself, an outsider in a family of outsiders. How is she able to sort of interject these little pockets of happiness in this family that's rooted in so much sadness?
That's interesting. I've never heard that before, and that's so interesting. I don't know other than to say that I think Rebecca has always been kind of a woman ahead of her time and went to college, and all those things were forefront of her mind. I think the last thing on her mind was children or getting married and doing all those traditional things. And I'm only thinking of this now because you're asking this question that I've never heard before, that I think it might be that she actually finds that she loves these kids and that she's kind of sees herself in them a lot. She grew up without really a father. And I think she really identifies with these kids, and that might be where that comes from.
Mm-hmm. Because I noticed, even as they maneuver, there's so much sadness that's steeped in this home, this family, this town, the Boone family's reputation. But yet, even though their relationship, hers with the family, is not perfect, she does bring some light to them that they're not experiencing anywhere else, even if it's in small doses. Mm-hmm. Is it particularly, it seemed like she is very single-handedly trying to build these young ladies into strong women. Mm-hmm. Is that something that stood out to you in the script when you were first shaping who Rebecca was, or what was the jumping off for you?
Well, the jumping off for me was really a strange coincidence that happened when I received this script. I had just sold my show that I'm a writer on, and I was reading Stephen King's book on writing, and it was my first foray into all this. And then I get this script playing Rebecca, who is a writer in that time, and I just went down this rabbit hole with it, in so much of it meant to be, but also I kind of felt like I got to go on that journey as a kind of new writer, and got to put my actor side aside to kind of go through the story as a writer and looking at things like, how would I describe this later? How would I tell this story of this encounter that we have in this scene, let's say? And so that really felt at the forefront to me is Rebecca's writing. And I do like to think that she's Stephen King. Like, if Stephen King was a woman, smart woman, educated woman in the 1850s, he'd be Rebecca Morgan.
There's something to women in stories named Rebecca. Those are always strong. I haven't yet seen a Rebecca character that wasn't a strong, intelligent, insightful type of woman. So
oh my God, you're so right. You're blowing my mind up. But this is like, yes, you're so right. Wish I would have thought of all this at the time.
We think back to the future. I thank you so much. This is a wonderful series, and I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for your questions. They're great.
Thank you, gentlemen. Woo! In this series, I was not ready. I didn't want to watch a trailer. I wanted to be lured in. I was ready for a slow burn, but there is no slow burn.
Oh, wow.
There is the hook is immediate from this family that appears to us on the ship, and I was in all the way in after that.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you,
Jason. Beginning with you, I like the way you guys reacted when I said it's not a slow burn. In the planning of this, was that the intention to lead us in, because it's really a hook right from the first 2 or 3 minutes?
Yeah, it's a great question, because what we wanted to do was create a kind of a classic Gothic horror story, and normally those are a bit of a slow burn. And we knew that we wanted to really set up the characters in the first episode or two, the family especially, because you feel, look, the more you feel for Charles Boone and his children, we figure the more horrific things will be going down. So yeah, we envisioned that it would be a bit of a slow burn in the beginning, and we know that scares some people these days, where everybody's used to bang, 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 bang. But we love that, and it was intentional. But my gosh, to hear you say it wasn't, I do love that. Thank you.
Oh, the pleasure is mine. Peter, I look at this family, the Boone family, and you have this woman, Rebecca, who's come, and it's outsiders, and they're almost commiserating on being this outside of the, society commonality. What makes Rebecca probably the best fit for them? Because she's very contemporary compared to her lady counterparts during that time.
That's right. It's exactly as you pointed out. She's one of the few women of her era to go to college. She's traveled more than the people in the hometown where she grew up. She's much more open-minded. She's every bit as much an outsider as the Boones are. So she connects with them on a very personal level. And when the going gets bloody and terrifying, she stands by them. Mm-hmm. And it's just maybe they were meant for each other.
Powerful women are always named Rebecca in stories. I thought of that. Rebeccas are always powerful female characters in a variety of stories. And Donald, the series has this wonderful kind of macabre feel, the lighting, the tone, the tenor. Is the intention of it to be frightening, thrilling? Because it's all of those things. It is, and I caught myself kind of leaning into it every time, every scene. I just wanted to lean in like I was eavesdropping.
Oh, that's so great. I mean, one thing that was always kind of an overriding goal and aspiration of ours was to create a feeling of dread while you're watching it. So this just things aren't quite right and you're not sure where the next shoe is going to drop. So that feeling of dread, and then punctuated by hopefully some really scary, really disturbing moments. But even then overriding all that, really connecting and caring about these characters on an emotional level. So you're invested and you're in for that ride. I'm so glad that came across to you.
I blitzed through those first 7 episodes. I was going to space it out, but I was hunkered down for 7 hours and I lost a day.
JEANDRA, we need you to be the spokesperson for this show.
Yeah.
Call me.
Okay.
Thank you,
Wait
guys.
till you watch episode 8.
I'm gonna watch that when I get finished.
You're gonna love 8 so much.
8 gets crazy.
It's good. You're gonna like it.
I'm excited. Thank you so much, gentlemen. This is a terrific series.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you, JEANDRA.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerds. Better shake your booties for black girl nerds.